Hey everybody, this is Cromar with TGN coming in with a solo cast. This is the European Division 5 matchup between the Dutch Rangers on the red team and the challengers Pasta das Dentes on the blue team. And it looks like they're going to bump into each other. There's a binding. Can we see first blood already? No, I don't think so. So for the first game, the challengers have opted. Oh, there's a hook already. They've opted for a 2v2, and it's up to the challengers to choose the 3 game modes, and the winner of 2 of those games will win the league for the week. And the Dutch Rangers, see if they can hold on to their position or if they're going to lose it here. So after the 2v2, we have a couple more games to go through. However, all 3 games are played regardless of who wins the first 2. So if you see 3 games on the channel, that is not a spoiler. So anyway, the choices here are I Blow Your Mind picking Draven matched up with Mundo X's Thresh. I love the Thresh choice for a 2v2, by the way. He is so good at everything in lane. He's, one of the top bans after all. So it makes sense. Versus Maxify's Lux and Moritz Ezreal? I don't know. Moritz. I'm going to go with that. But anyway, I'm not sure about Ezreal. He's okay. I mean, obviously Arcane Shift is really effective here, especially considering they're up against a Thresh. But I think that Draven is a much stronger champion for this. Much better all-in at low levels. And for Maxi5, it's pretty much just the light binding that you're taking her there for. Lux is not going to be that effective later. Lux's ult is going to be very ineffective for this matchup too. So that's going to be kind of unfortunate. But the combination of light binding and Ezreal's bursts should be decently effective. However, I got to give the comp to Mundo X and I Blow Your Mind. I really prefer the Thresh Draven. So just in terms of comp, I think they've got a big advantage here. And there's a hook on Maxi5, a death sentence. He's going to jump right on top of her and force that early flash. So very nice. For the summoner choices, I have Flash Exhaust and Flash Barrier. Pretty standard setup with AD carry and support. I mean, I pretty much see Barrier every single game nowadays. And as a support, I always pick Exhaust. I very rarely pick something else. I don't know. I suppose if I think about it, I can probably think of some instances, but no, it's pretty rare. In terms of items, pretty standard. Boots 3 pots, basically a sustain lane for the blue team. And for Dutch Rangers, they've gone with a double Dorns. Dorns on both players. Dorns pots, of course, since the Dorn ring price was reduced. So as I said, I do give it to the Draven Thresh. I'd really like to see them basically play passive and land just a perfect death sentence on Maxi5. I think that's going to be their best bet. I've already landed 1 or 2, so it shows that they can do it. But I think landing 1 in tower range is going to be the decider. I mean, that's basically the best way they have to win this. Another way to do it, of course, would be to force an all-in. Now, but Mundo X is taking a little bit too much damage. These players can go back, but neither has teleport, so it's going to be really difficult after all. They run a high risk of losing their tower and losing the game. Also, real quick, for those of you who don't know, this is Magma Chamber rules. The team to win is the first team to get 2 kills or 100 CS or take the first tower. So any one of those conditions. And it's very similar to a 1v1, which is basically the same thing, except it's 1 kill instead of 2 kills. So getting the first blood is definitely a huge advantage, but it doesn't automatically guarantee that you're going to win, because you could get aced. Who knows? So, using that for the shield, no doubt. On the harass side, I mean, obviously Dutch Rangers is winning the harass by a large margin, with Mundo X and I Blow Your Mind both, about half. And I Blow Your Mind is chugging potions. He's got 1 more left in his inventory. Well, actually, he's got 3 more left in his inventory. How the hell did that happen? So, he's actually going to be fine. He is going to be fine. And pushing under the tower. In terms of CS, we're looking at about 25 to 22. So I don't think this game is going to end on last hits. You could, though. These usually end on kills. But neither of these players seems to be getting any kind of lead. So if one of them does wind up winning on CS, it's going to be by a very small amount, I think. Draven doing just fine lasting under the tower. I think he missed 1 or 2 out of that whole wave. So 25 to 27, essentially even. In terms of the health, they've only barely scratched the tower. So whoever can force the other back is probably going to win, if they want to go win by tower. As far as getting kills, both teams, have a good all-in, but I think Draven has got the superior all-in. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Both of them a little bit afraid to engage. But one nice thing about 2v2s is that you don't have to worry about getting ganked. There's no gankers. There's no roaming mid. There's no jungler. You don't have to ward. I mean, you can ward, certainly. It's not bad to ward the brush, but you don't have to ward the river or the tri-bush to look out for incoming ganks. So it kind of changes things. Kind of changes the dynamic. You can push up into the tower and be super aggressive without having to fear retaliation. Kind of like that. On the other hand, if you're doing poorly, you can't count on your jungler as a crutch. I think the blue team could use that right now, but they are draining some mana off Maxi 5. And again, that thresh in the right situation is just so difficult to deal with. They don't have cleanse, and even if they did, it doesn't work on Death Sentence. So in terms of CS, we've actually seen Dutch Rangers pull ahead by about 10. They're kind of getting up there, about 40 CS. Both players are kind of afraid to engage. I don't know, we might see a CS victory here. That'd be fun. I doubt that'll happen, though. Stranger things have happened. There's a hook on Moritus. He's just outside the tower range. Going to combo into a binding in Mundo X, and I blow your mind going deep on him. He's going to shift out. Oh, he's so close. No, there's the flash, and both summoners are down for Draven, so he can't pursue that anymore. Moritz is going to have to go back. There's no way he can stay in with that. I mean, that's a game loser right there if he stays in. And Maxi 5 is out of mana. He has got to be really careful not to get caught. Mundo X actually going back. No, not going back. He sees the opportunity here. Going to go for a Death Sentence. Lands it. The binding is on I Blow Your Mind, but it doesn't matter. And he's just going to force the flash off of Lux as well. So I Blow Your Mind is now going to push up to the tower. But they need to go back now if they're going to go back at all. They need to go back right now, which they are. Good. So everybody's gone back to buy. Moritz is picking up long swords. Looks like he waiting for gold for a Black Cleaver. Or excuse me, not a Black Cleaver, Brutalizer, but I was wrong. He actually sold one of those long swords for a Torrent's Blade. Did I see that right? Well, okay. You got a Doran's Blade. Oh no, he upgraded to a Vamp Scepter. That's what it is. It just juggled it around the inventory. He just moved it around the inventory. He upgraded to a Vamp Scepter. So yeah, that makes me feel better. And so he got his Vamp Scepter, his Longsword, Doran's, and his potions. And then Draven picked up a Cutlass. So I like the Cutlass buy quite a bit. It's a useful active. Overall, in terms of items, I think that Draven has an advantage. I really do. I know you like the health on the Vamp Scepter. But I will say that Draven's only got one potion. Moritz, however, has... let's check Moritz's. He's got, what, 4? Wow. So in terms of sustain, that's a big advantage. By the way, Mundo X is 6, so watch out for the box. Because Maxi 5 is old, not the big deal here, but the box, that'll win you a fight right there, that's for sure. So, creep score about 10 apart still. What is that, 11 difference now? So an advantage for Dutch Rangers. They could win on creeps. Stranger things have happened. Man, I know Mundo X wants to do a grab right here so badly. Death Sentence is up. All of his abilities are up. But it's not a good time to dive. Much too early in the game to dive. So I don't think they're going to do that. Moritz still not 6 yet. Should be soon. Yeah, next minion kill. There it is. And there's a combo on Mundo X. And it does pretty quick a burst of damage there. Not enough to kill him. So, and there's the Ezreal. Does a True Shot Barrage. Hoping to pick off Mundo X. Not going to happen. And they're going to back off. Mundo healing up. Drinking his last potion. He does have a Doran's Blade, by the way. That's kind of interesting on a support. He's got a Doran's Blade and Rejuvenation Bead, so he'll heal up eventually. You need to do some auto-attacking. Also, Maxi 5 has a Chalice, which is great for this. So great for this. It means he can spam like mad, not have to worry. Using that wand as well. There's a binding in the combo on Mundo X. Mundo X just barely getting out. Misses the Death Sentence. Oh, that's close. I almost missed that. I was looking at something else. And I see that Maxi 5 is leveling Wand first. That's pretty good. Leveling the shield. Pretty standard for support Lux. There's a binding under the tower. You've got to be careful with your positioning. Boy, that was close. And Thresh having to go back. That's actually going to be kind of nice if they can... get back without sacrificing the tower. Thresh will come back with the cloth armor. perhaps catch these guys. There's a missed ult from Lux, though she was probably aiming for the minions, trying to keep the minions pushed up, if I had to guess. If Thresh gets back in time... Oh my god, I blow your mind going deep on Maxi 5. This may be a huge miscalculation from Dutch Rangers. One more auto attack. There's the first blood. Oh no. Oh no. Pasadas Dentes getting the first kill after a major miscalculation from Dutch Rangers. Moritz went back after pushing up in the tower to buy. I assume he's, you know, now he's going to buy that Brutalizer, but oh my god. What a mistake. Left Maxi 5 all by himself, and he just got slaughtered by Draven. So, waiting for gold as they push up in the tower. Looking at about, wow, they're actually really close. Dutch Rangers is really close to winning on creeps. It's kind of a surprise. He just picked up 2 more with that ult. It's about 84. 84 to 70 on creep score. And then, of course, there's the towers. Let's hop down to see what Thresh is up to here. Draven taking the opportunity to go back, pick up Berserker Greaves, and more attack speed. He's going to like that. No, actually, Ezreal did not go for Brutalizer. He just grabbed another longsword. Okay. Alright, Moritz, well, that's how you want to play it. Still has 4 potions. And running in with a shield on both champions, taking that binding like a man. There's the stand aside. Almost everything else missed. And Final Flash, or Final Spark, hitting there. They're going to turn around and almost kill Blow Your Mind. He's forced to bury and retreat. And Mundo X using the box to guarantee that escape. And Maxi 5's is 1, almost completely defending against that box damage, but Moritz still has a little bit of health missing. Nothing he can't deal with. He's got lots of potions, and he's got a Vamp Scepter and Doran's Blade, so he'll have no trouble there. And that fight did not go well at all for Pasadas Dentes, with I Blow Your Mind being very, very low. He stopped letting himself get hit by Lux. So anyway, there's a Death Sentence on Lux. There's the exhaust for the follow-up. So much damage. This could be a game ender right here. There's the ult for... Oh, so close, but I Blow Your Mind cannot go deep on Maxi 5 with Moritz there. Moritz can defend him too easily. And, oh god, Lux giving a little bit of revenge burst. You know, it'd be kind of fitting if Lux actually ended this, if Maxi 5 ended this with an ult, with a Final Spark, because of the way I talked in the beginning about how it was useless. Anyway, there's a... Oh my god. Oh, that ward. Check out that ward placement. That is what killed Mundo X. And let's see if they can get a revenge on I Blow Your Mind. They chasing him past the tower. They're going to win on creeps. They've already won on creeps. Look at this. It's 100. They've already won the game. So, I think it's time for the quit, actually, because during that fight, they passed him up, and they're even on kills, and they're going to take the tower right now, too, just to seal it. But that's the game that goes to Dutch Rangers. So even though the first blood went to Pasadas Dentes, they wound up losing. Dutch Rangers just outplayed them at every turn. And that last binding in the brush, that was nice. That ward right there, setting up Mundo X. Nothing you could do. All right, well, that's the game, guys. Thanks for watching, and let's move on to Game 2 out of the 3-part King Challenge for Week 2 here in European Division 5.